Film Festival. We've got an event, Austin Comedy Film Festival, Fall 2022 will be our last event of the year. And once again, we'll be at the Austin Film Society Cinema. We're watching a variety of films that you'll see, from music videos to series pilots to dark comedy, horror comedy, regular comedy, sketch comedy, and romantic comedy. And romantic comedy is definitely, this is a year with several great films. And one of those films that's nominated for the Best Romantic Comedy Film Award is, we're interviewing the director, Zach Laws, right now. Thank you so much, Zach, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's an honor to be nominated.
Awesome. Calzone's Pizza is a good one. I want to tell everybody the details. I'll just tell you this, that the judges loved it. There's a lot of appreciation for the production value and just the overall quality of the acting. So a lot of compliments from our judges.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And my crew and cast appreciates it too.
We definitely put together a good team. Can you tell us, what is the synopsis of your film in your own words?
Well, Calzone's Pizza is the story of Jimmy Calzone. He is the owner and operator of Calzone's Pizza. It's a local eatery in Chicago that he took over when his beloved Ma died. And he runs the place with his kid sister, Gina, and her boyfriend, DeAndre. And business has been kind of slow for them. So Gina, in a sort of last-ditch effort to save the business, hires this camera crew to come and document a day in their lives in the hopes that this will end up being featured on a cable food TV series that spotlights local places. And so throughout the day, they're being interviewed, and they only have one customer for the entire day. But things perk up for Jimmy, at least, when Alexis Sansomi comes to grab a slice. Alexis is a recent New York transplant who has moved to Chicago in order to open up her own pie restaurant, Pie Pies, not Pizza Pies. And Jimmy falls for her. And the rest of the film is just about their budding relationship and seeing where that goes.
All right. So why did you want to tell this specific story?
Well, actually, it was a story that was in part pitched to me by the lead actor, Brandon Mather, who plays Jimmy. He had this idea to play this character, and he had sort of thought about it in sketch comedy terms, like it was just going to be sort of a skit that he did. And then he started to flesh out the world and the characters a bit more. And that's when he brought the idea to me. And Brandon had never written a script before. So he asked if I would help him develop this and create a storyline. And initially he had the idea to do it as a straightforward mockumentary. And I thought, well, that's been done before. I wasn't particularly interested in that, but I was interested in using in sort of subverting that structure a little bit. And so I thought, well, what if we actually have, like, because, very often there's never much of an explanation given to these mockumentaries. It's just, a documentary crew showed up. And I thought, let's make it a part of the drama of the story. Because essentially, I think, like, he had wanted to use the mockumentary as a way for, most people like to use the mockumentary to have the asides to the camera, right, and have some funny jokes. And I thought, you can still keep all that stuff in, but we can maybe do something a little bit different with it. We just we worked on the script for a while, and then when we got the money, we worked on it even more. And I think that he was a little tired at the end of all the rewriting, but I think that it really helped flesh out the world and the characters and make it a better film.
Did you, I always feel like every film is a little bit of film school. What did you learn during this production from a production perspective?
Well, we only had enough money to shoot on a very limited time schedule. Uh, the script was about 25 pages, and we shot it in a day and a half. So I learned I don't want to do that again. But um, the thing that I learned more than anything was spend your money wisely. And I spent the majority of the budget. We didn't have a lot of money to make this, but most of it I spent hiring people to work on the film, different capacities, like hiring an actual production designer, hiring a camera crew, hiring a costume designer, and a hair and makeup person, having separate people doing that. Um, and the reason I did that was because I was either going to spend that money uh, hiring people to do the work efficiently, or I was going to spend that money having to do things much slower, because time is always the most valuable asset on any film set. And the other
Sure.
thing that I learned, this is something I've always done in every film that I've made, but it was particularly helpful this time. I am a ferocious rehearser. I rehearse with the actors for weeks ahead of time.
Mm.
And there was one scene in particular that it's basically the second act of the movie when Alexis comes in and all the characters are gathered in the same area. I rehearsed that more than anything. And the reason I did that wasn't to drive the actors crazy. It was uh, it was to be able to get on the set and shoot it as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Hmm.
Because you know that when you go on a set, there's always going to be production problems that present themselves. You're going to have to reblock and restage things, uh, do all kinds of different factors. But you know, I knew that if the actors knew their lines and knew the scene inside and out, we could throw those changes at them, and it wouldn't slow down production. So those were a lot of the things that I learned. Just be prepared, hire good people, and you know, don't do everything that you can not to feel rushed.
Gotcha. Well, thanks for taking time to share about your film and some of the behind the scenes of it. We're looking forward to screening it at Austin Comedy Film Festival. Excellent job getting nominated for the award. You make us look good. You look good right there on screen, and we're really looking forward to it. So, is there anything you want to add before we go?
Yeah, I mean, I would, like I said, I mean, no director does it on their own. So I just want to thank my talented cast and crew for all the hard work that they did. And, I just want to thank the judges at the Austin Festival for accepting this film and for, nominating it for Best Romantic Comedy Film. It means a lot to all of us to be recognized in that way. And I'm just very appreciative of it.
All right. Well, appreciate the kind words and thank you. Have a good one. I'll see you at the event.